Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the Papi Chulo channel. My name is Chris. Today we have the 2007 Nike SB Dunk High Jason Voorhees, part of the Halloween pack, Fright pack, something like that. It included the infamous Freddy Krueger dunk, to which was canceled and now is a $20,000 grail type shoe covered in oil. The Jason Voorhees SB is a grail shoe for SB dunk heads. It is an expensive shoe. The design, I think, is still open to interpretation. The Friday the 13th movies were 80s movies. The Dunk High came out in '85. The first line of Dunk Highs were the Be True to Your School Dunk Highs, and this was not an original colorway of those, but this is also not a colorway that you see anywhere else except for a Dunk Low that was released in 2023. If you wanted to, you could customize and make into the sample of the Jason Voorhees SB Dunk Low. My loose interpretation is that this is a fictional school shoe. The front are like blood stains, like covered in blood. The black vamp area is black underneath with kind of like a maroonish splatter on top. The swoosh also looks a little bloody, which makes me think that Jason Voorhees was probably not a sneakerhead. Because, I mean, if you're gonna murder somebody, don't get blood in your shoes, man. These are nice shoes. Take your shoes off before you murder somebody. Like, have a little decency. This pair was already featured in a video I did before. You can check that one out. That was how I did the paint job. There was a big time there where the aged look was popular. I feel like that's kind of going away now, but the aged look, that cracked look, is what these shoes had back in 2007. Now, I don't think that they were going for aged. I think they were sort of going for dry blood. I don't know, but it's not something that you should just grab a paintbrush and start painting, because it's not going to look right. If you want to see the method that you should use to repaint a Jason Voorhees dunk, the red part, then definitely check out that video. These are a personal pair. The outsole needed to be swapped. Once you start seeing another color on the heel, it's game over for those outsoles. You really should be looking to do a sole swap. There is no perfect match for the Jason Voorhees Dunk Lows. It is a very specific kind of red. The closest I could get was those St. John Dunk Lows. Shout out to Ron Artest. You know, when you have a donor, you don't have to just take the outsole and then throw everything else out. Save the laces, save the insoles, save anything that you think might be useful in the future, maybe like tongue tags. The quick, easy, clean way to remove a cup outsole on a Dunk or a Jordan 1 takes about 4 minutes a shoe. If you want to learn more, you should definitely check out this video on the top right. Always switch to a new X-Acto blade when you are slicing the old glue off. Definitely slice the old glue off before you Dremel, or else you're just heating the glue into the shoe. And also, don't use those zirconium X-Acto blades, what are they called? Zirconium nitrate. They're supposed to be the most durable, but they suck for this application. I like to use the OG foam. The OG foam is part of the OG shoe, even though you don't see it. It's still useful. It's still usually in good condition. It has plenty of rigidity, and sometimes it's even better than some of the newer ones. I need to custom fit the OG into the new outsole, so I take the foam that's in there and I just trace around it and I just cut what's red, and that's it. Like a glove, kinda. Erasable pens, Frixion. You can find a link to those in my Amazon store in the description below. Don't use anything else, just use those. They are amazing. I'm not using the Dremel as much anymore. I'm just hand sanding, but this is an older project, so that's where we're at. And right now, I'm actually rethinking this taping method here, because when I take the tape off, the glue line is not always perfectly straight. Leave a comment below if you have any better ideas for me. Didn't think I was gonna leave those puppies bright white, did you? So just doing a coffee dye, typically like 15 minutes if you wanted to get it really dark. I put a little bit of weight down once I flipped them over, that way the whole midsole goes in, because that's the most important part. So I never remove the glue before I do a coffee dye because it makes the glue easier to see. I mean, it's just a little bit more convenient when you're removing the glue. But there are some defects in a lot of these outsoles that you won't know until you do this. And man, was I having a hard time trying to get that to be the same color as the rest. It's impossible. It's actually impossible. See, sanding, it won't sand off. I tried using actual dye and mixing that with coffee and doing a wash here because I don't want it to get too dark, and it still did not take. It's too coffee now. It's way too dark. I need to lighten this thing up. So I put it in some bleach and it actually came out perfect. I was obsessing over the floppiness of these outsoles as well. They just seem too weak, too soft. Here is the donors for the Anchorman's future video, and they're super rigid. They're hard. They just seem like a better quality. This is from the Night Maroon Dunk Low. I had my concerns. I wasn't sure if I needed to get a different donor, even though I already did all this work. However, so recently I've been concerned about these outsoles because they seem just so weak and floppy. you know, like boing, boing. I was thinking about getting a different donor, but then I went back to the old outsoles just to check them out, and they're just as weak and floppy. You know, the OG ones. Actually, you know, there feels like there's more meat on the new ones on the bottom, because obviously there is, but sides feel the same. Everything feels the same. This is like pretty much 1-to-1 just for this Jason. Otherwise I wouldn't use it, but I'm gonna go ahead and use them. Please check out my video called The Joy of Sole Swaps and Reglues. It has chapters below, so you don't have to watch the whole hour, just watch what you need to watch. It took me a long time to put that together. It's pretty thorough. It explains everything that I'm doing here, but the Cliff's Notes version is that I am doing 3 coats of adhesion promoter and then 2 coats of Barge Infinity. For Barge, you want it to get between 110 and 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is the perfect temperature to bond. Now I get a nice cleaning. I want to clean off any of the glue, but also really take a look at these midsoles and see if I can do something about making them look even. First, I wanted to just fix up some scuffs that got on there since the last video, because I was wearing them a few times, just so they look nice for this video, for y'all. This might cause some of you to cringe, those of you that think that you cannot paint rubber outsoles. That is true. It won't stay like it does in the factory. However, Nike still paints over their rubber outsoles sometimes. There are a few cases that I can think of. Specifically, recently I did a Mosquito SB Dunk, and that has acrylic paint over it. So it's not that uncommon to see acrylic paint. Now, acrylic paint's gonna come off easier on rubber than it is on leather, but it is still a practice that the manufacturers do, so I don't really see that big of a deal in doing it. reason why I take so long in doing this with the machine is because I am trying to find the factory holes and put them right back in the factory holes. I'm not making my own, and I don't want to, you know, make double the amount of holes in this and have it break apart. So it's important to find the factory holes. They're not always easy to see, especially when you're old like me. So I just take my time, and it's not a big deal. It's still 100 times faster than using a sewing awl. Just glue down the threads on the inside. When I'm done, use a little cement glue. Then clean up the insoles. Anyway, thanks guys. See you on the next one.